Hi, Kelvin from Kelvin Business here again. It's Wednesday the 10th of January and I'm here at the Plattekloof Village Centre in the northern suburbs of Cape Town. Let's just have a quick look around. So I'm sitting now in Green's restaurant in Plattekloof Centre. It's a little bit noisy inside here, but I will talk a little bit louder. So the topic I'm going to talk about is self-growth. So that falls under the category of self-development. Self-development is very important because you really, I believe that your ethics and the way you attract business to yourself is largely related to you as a person. In other words, do you conduct yourself as a person of principle, and do you have strong values? Because people must know where they stand with you in business, because there are so many promises being made and there are so many disappointments. Trust is vital in business. Right, so the topic is self-growth. That is what I just wanted to discuss with you in a little bit more detail. Okay, now, if you go to my Kelvin Business website, my official Kelvin Business website, you will see that in the introduction paragraph there, I say that the values by which I measure myself daily is truth, respect, and self-growth. Now, I've chosen three, and I think we should all just focus on a few core values so that it can be on top of our awareness every day. And then to remind ourselves to live by it on a daily basis. So, I want to talk about self-growth and focus a little bit more on it. And yes, then I will see you afterwards again. Thank you. Hi, okay, so let's discuss the topic of self-growth. I've given it quite some thought and I've written it on a one-pager, and you're also welcome to download it from the link below. The values by which I measure myself daily is truth, respect, and self-growth. Let me explain self-growth a little more. In order for me to become a better person, a better or more loving husband, father, brother or friend, I have to measure it. In other words, I have to do a little self-research or personal inventory, self-evaluation, look in the mirror, or whatever you want to call it. This is important because unless I can measure and know my current status regarding being a better or more loving, tolerant person, then how am I going to know if I have changed for the better at all? So unless you measure self-growth, you don't know if you are busy slacking off or improving daily. Because change usually happens in small measures over time and is usually slow and often, most likely, only noticeable over a long period of time, and usually by other people who know us better than we do ourselves. We seldom see the changes in ourselves unless we measure our behavior daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly. Personal change is always inevitable. Everything that lives is either in a state of growth or a state of decline, and that includes who we are as a person as well. So as I look back at 2016 and look forward into 2017, have I really become a better or more attractive husband, father, brother, or friend? Has there been any significant self-growth, or have I gone backward and become a grumpy old man? Well, I will know by the reaction of my family and my friends around me They will want to be around me most of the time, or they wouldn't want to be in my company for long, perhaps making flimsy excuses to leave earlier. Looking at all areas of my personal life, I constantly measure myself to make sure I make the necessary adjustments to counter little selfish behaviors, disrespect, intolerance, self-justification, which is inside me and inside most of us to some degree. I've made it a habit over the past 16 years to constantly be aware of and work on my self-growth, even if it is a slow process. I want to ask you to join me and also choose your own top 3 values, whatever it may be, and to monitor it and measure it and be aware of it so that you can measure yourself on a daily basis. Thanks for watching, and please remember to subscribe to my channel and to go to my business website, calvinbusiness.co.za. Thank you very much.